This new era showcase is an hour and a half long. Let's try to get through it a bit faster than that. So first things first, there's some changes to the Astrium system, which is you need 100 of these to use the Astral Forge. We've only had 2 of them. I'm going to just say 2 crafts. I'm not going to say 200. 2 of them for free so far. One from the Rerun event, the other one I forgot from where, but we got it for free. And those are the only 2 that we've had so far. The rest have been through the pass. We're going to get a lot more of these. They said you're going to get about 1 a month, which is really, really good because these things, oh, over here, at least once a month, pretty much. This is really, really good because you essentially get to pick what substats you want, what main stat on a gear, and you get to just keep on going until you get your max rolls. It's essentially a perfect base gear with whatever you want. And there are some other gear changes that are making this even better. So first things first, we have a new gear currency here, which is Cosmonium. Cosmonium basically lets you convert an Astral Forge piece that you've used, and after you craft it, you can convert it into an otherworldly piece of gear. And this is of course insane because otherworldly gear only high rolls. But wait, that is not all, because we also have another new thing here, which is called the Mana Control Enhancement. You can use the Mana Control crystals, and then when you use these, you can select a substat that you do not want to enhance into. Like here, this says flat attack, by the way. You do not want the flat attack, so we are going to say nope. You can see a little cross out here, and then when you enhance, it'll auto plus 15 everything, and then boom, boom, boom. That's some pretty high rolls as expected of otherworldly gear, and you'll be able to dodge that substat. Really, really good because your right side pieces are generally going to have a flat stat, flat attack, flat HP, flat defense, and so on. So this is really OP. You get to pick the piece of gear that you want in whatever slot you want. You get to pick the set. You get to pick the substats with max rolls, turn it into an otherworldly gear, and then ignore one substat while enhancing it. You can tell how this is going to be really, really good for targeting specific pieces of gear. And 1 craft a month, you could honestly consider start crafting left side pieces if you really need something. So one more, well, the last change for equipment-based stuff, and this is something I've been complaining about like a few times a month. My bad. The enhancing takes forever in this game, so they have added finally bulk enhance. My exact words were, please let me brick 20 speed checks at once. 16 is close enough. So you get this +3 everything. You can see even you hit the goods or the greats, you'll see it here. Deselect whatever bricked, and then you can just +6 the rest. Deselect whatever bricked, +9 the rest, and so on. You get the idea. Let's not flashbang ourselves. One other big thing is you'll notice that even the equipment dust has been separated into equipment, or I guess the gear dust has been separated into equipment and accessory dust. All charms, and I guess dust, are now split up into either equipment, which is sword, helmet, chest, boots, or accessory, necklace, and ring. And that's it. You don't have any sort of different charm types anymore. It's just these 2. Helps a lot when you're mass enhancing because you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. And just way easier to keep track of. So that is it for all of the equipment stuff. Now on to the RTA section. This is actually kind of controversial, but we are getting a RTA drafting assistant. It will recommend you 3 units to pick, and you can just pick one. Of course, you do still need to kind of know what you're doing, because in the situation, you're supposed to pick Briar Witch. They went top model. And then assuming you went Briar Witch, Rerun is also really, really good here. And they went Saria. So it's not perfect, but it'll help a lot, especially if sometimes you just blank out, you don't know what to pick. You can just get an idea. And it'll only recommend units that you have. It won't tell you, hey, you should have rolled that MO5. It's not going to do that to you. Hopefully this only works champion and below. I think it's nice for people to sort of learn, but the thing with AI, people tend to sometimes just not learn. They just rely on it and don't actually think about why they're picking certain things. But either way, I think you should learn how to draft if you're going to climb high up. Hopefully this does not apply anywhere above champion. And yeah. So, one more RTA thing they mentioned was they're changing it so that when you do your placements, if you're low elo, like you just go masters every season, you're not going to get beat down by the people who ended like Legend and Emperor last season, hopefully. They didn't say exactly what they're going to do, but they're going to make some kind of changes for season reset so that that issue doesn't happen. Now, I kind of remember that they tried doing this in the past, and it didn't really work out. People complained about it for whatever reason, so I'm curious how they try to fix it this time. And speaking of RTA, we have the Epic 7 Masters. It's going to start on April 4th at 3 UTC. There's going to be drop events and stuff, so look forward to it. Now, we have another really big thing. Last time we had Origins, and this time we are getting the next big event. So this is the Milestone of Radiance, and you can see here there's different types of chests, plus some kind of funny stuff down there. So there's the bronze, silver, gold, and diamond chests. We'll talk a bit about what's in the chests later. There's also some other stuff. Let's just jump ahead. I'm going to go straight to the rewards, which should be over here somewhere. Yeah, so the chests have various rewards, and you can see this is for new players. There's an ML5 ticket in the diamond chest, 5-star artifact ticket, 5-star artifact hero, a bunch of goodies here, and this is for returning and current players. Pretty similar stuff. How many ML5s are you getting? Whatever you're thinking, it's probably wrong. The answer is 10. 10 ML5 heroes, absolutely crazy. This is the total rewards for new players. And one more thing. So they mentioned that these chests can RNG upgrade for some reason. So if you're lucky, you might get more than 10 ML5 heroes. And these are tickets. They've mentioned one other thing, which is that these tickets for new players, because it would feel very bad to hit a dupe, especially as a new player with no units. When you pick your ML5, or when you get your ML5 ticket, rather, it'll give you 3 units, and you pick one. This is pretty similar to some packs that they've done, but this is free, so not a scam pack. Really nice for helping avoid dupes. And then, while we're in the new player section, you might have noticed the little Landy peeping out there. So they mentioned over here that they're giving out a bunch of free units. Where did it go? Okay, so there is Landy, Ahmed, Senya, and just pretend there's a little Mort back here. They didn't include him. Renock and Afternoon Silkflawn, these are all being given out for free. I think it's only for new players. So 6 free units, 5 of them are limited. And then they're also giving out the artifacts for Ahmed, Young Senya, and Afternoon Silkflawn for free as well. They only showed these 3, so I'm assuming it's just these 3. No reason to not show the other 2. Really funny, all 3 of these units need plus 30 for consistency. But I think it's hilarious, but free is free. But the veteran rewards are also amazing. Last time people kind of complained about it, but it's very good, trust. Let's go back, if I can like find the section here. So here is the total rewards for existing players, but you'll see here, like, we get the 10 ML5s, bunch of 5-star tickets. The big thing is the glory coins. So the glory coins, you can spend them in an exchange, and a 5-star Moonlight Hero Selector. Word is that this goes, everything here is supposed to go up to ML Teo, which means that the units missing should be Nodos, Monarch of the Sword of Sari, I forgot her name for a bit, Shepherd of the Dark Diane, School Nurse Yoha, and did I skip a unit? Nope. Lady of the Scales, Witch of the Mere Tenebria, this is a Disciplinary Prefect Aria, and Bossarunka should be the units not in this thing over here. So they said that's for the tickets. I assume the selector is the same as well. We get 5 Cosmonium in here, 100 Astrium, a limited 5-star hero selector, would have preferred an artifact, but we'll take the free imprint. And then a 5-star hero, 2 5-star artifact selectors, a slate, a bottle, another free plus 20 speed necklace. I'll take the necklace. I would say most people probably would want the sprint and get a ring this time, but I need necklaces more than I need rings. A 25 crit chance destruction ring. I love destruction gear. And then you get some pre-enhanced gear. Pre-enhanced gear is really, really nice. Like these boots, if this starts out 27 effectiveness, that's already pretty good. I'll take it. And same thing, if this starts out like 27 HP already, great. That might be an upgrade for me. My protection gear is pretty bad. So really, really nice rewards for new player or returning slash veteran players this time. This was a bit of a complaint last time that, like, you know, the rewards aren't good enough for veterans compared to new players. Not the case. I think this is definitely, like, yeah, this is amazing. And then let me see what else there is. So that is mostly it. New players, anyone who made an account in 2026 counts as a new player. I think as long as, like, you can decide if it's really worth resetting. Like, we also get the ML5 tickets. You get a selector. The Cosmonium is absolutely insane, and the gear is really, really valuable as well. They mentioned they might expand the rewards a little bit if people kind of finish this too fast. Now let's talk about Mystics a little bit. So new players are getting a special Mystic summon specifically for them. Okay, so here, this little thing here is the new player special Mystic summon. The rules are discounted 40%, so 300 per 10 roll, 30 per roll, for up to 200 summons. And, well, not even up to 200, it's just for 200 summons. Even if you hit your ML5, you can keep on going, and you can just click on this, keep on swapping out your unit, and just keep on rolling. They said you're guaranteed a unit at 200. A little bit unclear whether you're always guaranteed a unit at 200, or it's only if you just whiff the whole way there. I would assume it's the latter. But you can just keep on going, keep on getting new ML5s. It's going to be 6k Mystics, and this will be pretty worth it. New like ML5s are still going to be insanely strong, but this goes up to Lady of the Scales and Disciplinary Prefect Aria. So this should be really, really good for just getting some, like, because some of these units are still absurdly strong and worth picking up. So this will include Bossarunka and Wishdemir Tenebria as well. And then, of course, this is new player only, but returners will still get, or existing players will still get something. They mentioned it over here. Well, we're getting 21 rolls for free as well, and I don't know if I can find it. I can't find it. There's going to be a special Mystic Summon banner from April 9th for anyone to summon on, really. So if you're missing some old ML5s, you could summon on that. Maybe don't. New ML5s are kind of really, really strong. Not sure if I can recommend summoning on the old one. And then this here to talk about Grace of Growth. This was in the patch notes and nobody knew what they were talking about. They are making the second Grace of Growth slot free. It's not going to cost Skystones anymore. It is completely free now. Yippee. So, next up, another big thing, the Imprint circuit. Wow, we are not even halfway there. The Imprint circuit is kind of just a giant, like, tree of stats and stuff. So, notably, I haven't seen crit chance, which actually kind of makes sense, because, like, if you put a unit in, it'll brick their stats, and then no speed, thankfully. So this will give stats to certain units, and you can put 5 units on one board, so you can give 5 heroes these stats. There is 1 epic node, they said, per board, and you can only activate, or there's more than 1 epic node, but you can only activate 1 of them. So this will, the epic node, I don't know if it's more stats or more effects, they haven't shown anything. We'll find out more. They said there's going to be 2 boards with this update currently, so 10 heroes max. Now, how do you get the currency? This thing here. For one, it is back here somewhere in the shop where you can see it over here. This thing, you'll be able to buy some of it in the shop. 25 of them, I guess, and you also get more from soul rank. Now, what the heck is soul rank? Currently, your max account rank is 70, and then after you hit 70, any account XP you get goes towards your soul rank, and you'll get the currency for enhancing your board from leveling up your soul rank. Notably, rank 60 to 70 is a lot of EXP, because, I mean, that was, 70 was the old cap, so they made it really expensive. They reduced it by 40%, so for any new players, not going to take you as long to get there anymore. They claim these stats are balanced so that they don't have like a massive impact on RTA. Any stats kind of have an impact on RTA, so I don't know what they're doing there. This has, I guess, various implications for RTA that I won't get into, but this is just a thing that is happening. They said that there's going to be one more board with the 8.5 update. I don't know if this is the second board they mentioned, or if it's going to be a third board. I think it's supposed to be a third board. So we'll see what happens with this. I don't know how I feel about this change. Some shop QOL has come in. First things first, everything is grouped together a lot better. You can see way more items on one page, and it's not just like the packs. So this is pretty much all like stuff that you would be buying pretty frequently, and it's all grouped together. Very, very nice. I've also kind of been asking for this. Where is the conquest points though? Hopefully that gets added to here if we complain for long enough. The conquest point energy, rather, I think should be in this tab. But this is pretty good change. And then they've also improved the paid packs a lot. They said specifically like for the charm pack, it'll be twice the rewards for a third of the price. So it sounds pretty nice. People have long complained about how bad the pricing on the packs is, and now it's going to be a lot better. One more thing is, I don't know if you noticed here, it looks like we might get leafs with some pack promotions, which is pretty nice. I'll take a free leaf. Speaking of pack promotions, the pop-ups, the flashbangs that you get, because this guy said it's called the surprise attack in the Korean community, and you have to like click through a bunch of them. I don't know if they actually showed anywhere, but you have to click through so many of them, and like the skip button doesn't even work. You just spam click and just get through all the packs. They said they're not going to do that as much, and hopefully they keep their word. So now, some units, the upcoming event in the April 2nd patch, we have Perfumer Byblis. Her kit is out already, so you can go ahead and take a look at that if you want. Seems like it's supposed to be an anti-cleave debuffer, and we'll see how good she is, but go ahead and take a look at her preview video. There's also going to be a whole event with her. We're actually going to watch her S3 at least. Her S3 is very, very nice. Definitely one of the best S3s in the game. She's also coming with an event, which is, if you remember the carrot event from last year, it's basically going to be something similar. We have, I'm not pronouncing that, Secret Perfume, the Secret Perfume event. There's a bunch of stuff in here. So you can see here, there's a light ML5 ticket, some reset stones, some skin tickets, a bunch of extra random stuff. Hero selector, artifact selector, bottle, immunity year, level 85, not enhanced. And then we have the Cosmonium, Astrium, some speed set gear. And then there is the Dark ML5 ticket, a slate, 88 reset stones, 85 reset stones, friendship, skin tickets, and there's going to be a bit more. One of the big things with the carrot event was the infinite gear, not gear, but the infinite boxes, RNG boxes that you could dump into. And also every week had a different infinite currency, or like both currencies had different things you could dump into. The gold carrots you could dump into the RNG boxes, the regular carrots you could dump in and buy something. There was a little energy looping feedback thing, because you spend energy to get the carrots, which you use to buy more energy. We'll see if we get that. We can't see the end. We don't know. It might happen. It might not. And the light dark ML5 ticket is up to Scales and Aria, same as the Special Mystic. And then the Covenant selector, and I would assume the Artifact selector, is up until Setsuka. Overall, this shop specifically, I did a quick check, looks slightly worse than Origin, but do keep in mind that this time veterans are getting a lot more stuff from the, I forgot what it was called, but the earlier thing, the Milestone of Radiance. Compared to Path of Air, veterans are getting way more rewards. And then also they said there's going to be some more art contest stuff this time. I don't know where it is, but there's going to be some more art contest stuff. There's much story stuff in here, which I'm not going to get super into, but we can take a quick look for the episode 6. It starts April 23rd. It's called Dirge of the End. And this is Kayron. So Kayron is back. TLDR, he started a cult called the Black Grail, and then Ross is also back. Very nice. And he's going to set out to stop him. That over there was Estelle. And then we also, or I guess they're going to show her name. And then we also have here, I think this is Ivana. Yeah, so this is Ivana. And then two more characters that have been revealed so far. Kayron hasn't been revealed yet, but hopefully they make him a character. I would love another Kayron alt. Maybe it's like a dark, probably would be a dark Kayron. It seems like a pretty dark Kayron thing. And then, so yeah, here is Kayron, and they gave him like, that's a little model. So we have one more character coming up. I'm just gonna jump ahead. This is Ludwig Bade Ludwig. I don't know how to pronounce that. And then we have one last character coming in. We saw her as part of a teaser. The veil is gone. Her name is Salome, I think. This character, really, really interesting. Let's take a look at her S3 first before I skip ahead. So that S3, absolutely crazy. They talk a little bit about her kit, and she is an MO with a really, really unique mechanic. Let's see if we can skip ahead a little bit and find the section with her. This was also a pretty cool design for a boss. It feels like they borrowed one of CZN's artists or something. So, also a little tile section for the story, a little tile, like, minigame kind of thing. And I'm trying to find the section with Solo. Maybe I have to skip a bit further. There's some character designs there for if you want to take a look at it. Okay, so here, she is like really, really interesting. Besides that big S3, we don't know what her S3 does. Her, I would assume S2, or maybe it's like, could be like a focus mechanic or something. Absolutely crazy. She is basically Silas. She can copy a character exactly their skills, any ally or enemy. As you can see here, she copies them, and then she gets to just use their S3, which is kind of crazy, especially because it's your allies too. So you could do some pretty wacky combos with her. I actually think that the copy is probably her S3, and then the like big spear thing is like focus mechanic or some sort of resource mechanic. That's my guess anyways. But yeah, that's all we know about her. April 23rd is when she is going to be coming out. One more change is friendship. So you can see these little arts here. Characters being released after April 23rd will have friendship arts, and friendship will be expanded all the way up to level 15. And right now, some ML5s have those like animated lobbies, and now I guess every single character will have an art, which is nice. I mean, these arts are like nice, and I think back when they tried to do like awakening potential or something, you saw some backgrounds for characters too. That didn't really take off for various reasons, but this is going to help out a lot. And then this was a question of like, are old players going to get, or old units going to get these illustrations? The answer is no, but they'll get extra skill points in place of that. Also, it sounds like all characters in general are going to get more skill points. A couple more stuff is that they said they're going to be like more ways to get friendship and more like friendship gift items. And also very, very funny is you can get friendship from World Arena now. So I guess you can go friendship farm in Arena. Wow, it's getting long. Let's try to wrap this up. So Guild War, there's some Guild War changes. Do we have like the Guild War like feature already where you can see the teams that people are using? But now you can just go and copy the teams directly, and this should help speed things up a little bit. There's also the thing where people scout for Guild Wars. Is mainly a high elo Guild War thing. You can copy stats, and this is just like a this is not what it's going to look like, okay? You cannot see your enemy stats. No, you can only see their CR and their HP, their artifacts, and their EEs. This is because it's like a test build. Basically, anything that you could visibly see on the screen while you're doing your Guild War is what you'll be able to see, because you can see their HP when they take a turn. You can see the starting CRs here, and then you can see their artifacts, of course, plus their EEs. I wonder if it's going to be like a thing where, like, if you kill the entire enemy team before they move, will you see their HP? I guess you could technically calculate it. Some artifacts and stuff you might not be able to see in certain situations. I wonder if they'll include those as well. And then there's going to be some improvements for Guild War rewards. There's going to be a shop at the end of each season. You get currency based on the league that you end in. So like Legend, Emperor, Champion. And so you can get new currency, buy items, and you'll be able to buy stuff like Reset Stones, the Mana Control Catalyst. This is the thing that lets you plus 15 in gear while dodging the substat. Epic Modification Gem. So this sounds really, really nice. They're putting a lot more emphasis on being in a good guild with the guild mastery system, and now this, which I think is good. People have been, begging for guild stuff. There's supposed to be a 77 Cup Summon event. Woohoo! And then also there's going to be a new RTA mode. This is not until 8.4. There's a thing at the very end of the roadmap. Over here somewhere. This is the God of Battles Coliseum. It's basically just RTA versus NPCs, maybe using some features of that like AI RTA helper that they showed at the very beginning. And this is for 8.4. They're going to be a developer mail soon, within like the next 2 weeks, pretty much. Or actually not 2 weeks, within like the next 5 weeks, I think, before 8.4 comes out. And then also gift code. We're just going to go over to it real quick. It's over here somewhere. Yep, here's the gift code. 27 minutes. I tried to do this as short as I could, but I ended up talking a bit too long. There was a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff to look forward to. See you guys soon.